Hey guys, in today's video, you will learn how to set up the pgvector extension on Windows, create a vector table in PostgreSQL, and store the vector arrays. pgvector is an open source extension for PostgreSQL that enables the storage and querying of vector embeddings directly within a PostgreSQL database. So in order to enable it, first we need to have Microsoft Visual Studio with C++ build tools. So in our Chrome, we can search for Visual Studio. Then click on this first result, Visual Studio IDE and Code Editor. Click on Download Visual Studio. So it's downloading our Visual Studio installer setup now. Then let's install it. We need to just wait for a while. Now you can see its interface. For the C++ build tools, we actually need to install desktop development with C++. So just enable on it. It gives us all the necessary compilers and tools to build pgvector from its source code. So it's installing our C++ build tools. Just wait for a while until the installation completes. So it's completed now. In the search bar, if you search Visual Studio, then you can see we have the installer. Also make sure you have PostgreSQL too. Let me open PSQL cell and I can here include my configuration. And if I check version, you can see I have Postgres 17, but for pgvector we should install PostgreSQL below 17. It's because there have been compatibility issues when building pgvector from source on Windows with PostgreSQL 16 and early reaches of 17. So let's install the lower version. We can search for PostgreSQL download. Just click on the first result. Proceed on Windows. Then we can click on download the installer. And here you can see we have 16.9 and 15.13 version. 16.9 is close to 17. So I recommend using PostgreSQL 15.13 for a smoother and more reliable setup. So let's download it. Just open this and we have the installation interface. Proceed with next. We don't need this stack builder. Just enter the password you are willing to give for a PostgreSQL 15. Click on next. So let's wait for a while until the installation completes. It's done now. Now on the Google, you need to search for pgvector. You can see this GitHub link. Just click on it. Just scroll down and you can see this installation. This is for Mac, and below this we can also get of Windows. So we have already inserted C++ support in Visual Studio. Now we need to run this x64 native tools command prompt. So in the search bar we can search for this. Then we need to run this as administrator. This part is used to create a temporary environment variable named pgroot for the current command session. In our case, let's replace this 17 with 15. Then this command changes the current directory to the Windows temporary folder. Now we will be using Git to download the source code for pgvector. Then let's also include this pgvector navigation part. Now this part is the compilation step. Nmake is the command line build tool that comes with Microsoft Visual C++. It reads the makefile.win file, which contains all instructions needed to compile the C source code into a DLL file that PostgreSQL can use on Windows. Finally, this is the installation step. After a successful compilation, this command copies the compiled files into the correct subdirectories of your PostgreSQL installation. So that's all for the configuration part. Now let's open our pgadmin. Let's connect our PostgreSQL 15 by registering our server. We can provide the password that we included during the installation. So this is our PostgreSDB. Now let's go to our query tool in order to create vector. So it would be create extension vector, then just run the script. So it is enabled now. To verify it, we can also run this query. So you can see we have the vector extension successfully enabled. Now let's proceed on storing and querying actual vector data. Here we have created a table named items with an embedding column that has a vector type. We specified 3 because we will be using simple 3-dimensional vectors for this example. If we go inside the table, we have now the items table containing the vector column. Let's insert some data. I can provide the value to 1, 2, 3. Actually, this should be small bracket. So yeah, now it's success. And if we refresh this, you can see our vector 1, 2, 3 has been stored in the embedding column. So that's all for the vector storage. In this video, we successfully enabled the pgvector extension on Windows, created a vector table in PostgreSQL, and stored the vector arrays. Thank you guys for watching this video.